right, shout out to Kobe Beast for that hot intro, and welcome to Real Talk with Traci Fant. Today we have a phenomenal lineup. In the studio, we have Q and Deja, aka No Days Off, Kennedy Smith, Coach Charles Winfrey, and Tyrese Bussey. And also, I got a new co-host on the show, my girl Julie Lewis. My girl Julie Lewis is now my special co-host on the Real Talk with Traci Fant show. And like I said earlier, today's show topic is bullying. And Julie, she shared a brief personal story on Facebook about getting bullied. So I wanted to start this discussion off by allowing Julie to share her experience, because Julie said there was more than just name calling. There was because you were smart, just all kind of stuff, right?
Yes. When I was in middle school and elementary school student on the school bus, I was told that I was my hair was too straight. They said that I talked white. They said I was too skinny. Just different things, mean things that kids would say to each other.
Wow. And I never got that talk white thing. Is it because you talk proper?
Yeah.
Because usually, I guess people are used to us talking in slang, or we've got used to each other talking in slang or broken English. Mm-hmm. So the point of them calling you, saying you talk white, is basically because
I guess I was talking proper.
You were articulate.
I mean, because I'm from the country. I'm from Westminster, South Carolina, so I guess I don't talk like I sound. Well, I'm like I'm supposed to sound.
Well, and that's the trip, because we none of us knows the sound.
Right.
I know when I talk to people, when I'm out, even in public, people recognize my voice before they recognize me, mm-hmm. because of even from TV, they recognize my voice first, and then because of the way you talk. And I'm like, okay, wow, I don't know if that's cool or not, but all right, but I'm the type of person, I don't even like to hear myself talk sometimes.
I don't either.
I don't know why I can't stand that, but I'm getting used to it, but sometimes I'm like, I don't like the way I sounded saying. But Julie, you've overcome bullying, correct?
Correct, I have.
But it has its long-term.
Yes.
Because I tell people, all the time, there are adults who deal with bullying now in the workplace, in schools, even in churches. There are bullies. So what did you do to overcome it?
Well, I didn't fight or anything. I just kind of ignored it. And like I said, it was a high school student that was doing it on the school bus. But luckily, I kind of just grew out of it. I mean, in high school, I was a social butterfly. I got along with everybody. So I think it's just sometimes a phase that you just go through, and you just have to grow out of it.
Yeah, and you're right. Some kids do go through it. I didn't really get bullied. But then again, I can't say that I was kind of like isolated. I think I didn't fit into certain crowds or certain cliques. Mm-hmm. And so that's why, sports and everything was kind of like my thing, because I like being part of a team.
That was mine too. I played softball, but then they said, okay, well, you act white, because most black people didn't play softball. So I would be the only little black girl on the softball team.
Wow, that's crazy. I encourage any parent to get their child involved with sports, because that does help with self-esteem.
Yes.
Even when I was alone by myself, I had something to think about. And even my teammates, it's all about uplifting and empowering each other.
Right.
So even after you lose a game, you have your teammates, and even if you miss a shot, they're going to talk junk to you, but at the end of the day, it's all love. And so I think that, as far as cliques and everything, even now, we have adults who are in cliques. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You see it on Facebook, you see it even in community leadership.
Yes.
Different circles, you got the same people winning the same awards every time. Mm-hmm. Because, and to me, that's crazy, because it's like, we got to break away from the standard of having cliques.
Right.
And actually learn how to work together and, stop bullying, educate each other, and work together as a community to help these children, because at the end of the day, they are our leaders.
That's right.
So, I'm glad you overcame bullying, and I'm glad that you accepted, the responsibility of being my co-host. I truly appreciate your commitment to the show. You're here every Sunday helping me out, and I truly appreciate you. And hey, you guys, like I said, we got a great show ahead. Real Talk with Traci Fant. The discussion today is bullying. Real Talk with Traci Fant. My first guest it pleases me to introduce these kids right here. Q and Deja, aka No Days Off. I've known these kids for several years now, and their mom, Nicole, she's in the studio as well. Welcome to the show, guys. Hey.
Thank you.
Hey. How you doing?
Good.
That's good. So, Q, introduce yourself.
My name is Q. I'm 13 years old, and I attend League Academy.
Okay.
I'm going to the 8th grade.
Oh, wow. Okay, and Deja?
Hi, my name is Deja. I go to Stone Academy, and I'm in the 4th grade, about to go to the 5th.
Okay, great. Well, welcome to the show. So, tell me about No Days Off. I know you guys dance and you enjoy it, but when did you realize you can dance? Or how long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing since about 3rd grade.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, 3rd grade.
What about you, Deja?
Well, I kind of started in the middle of 3rd grade. I kind of catched up with Q because we were in my aunt's room, and she decided to put me in a dance, and that's when I realized I really wanted to dance with my brother.
Okay, and your aunt is your choreographer, right?
Yep.
She does a great job preparing you guys for shows and everything. So yesterday you performed in one of my events, and you guys always support my events and always perform in very positive events, but also you've been in talent shows, and you've won different things at schools, competitions and everything. How does it feel to win competitions?
It feels great. It feels good to know that I'm entertaining the crowd. Feels good to be on stage.
Okay. And so yesterday, how did it feel to perform in such a positive event in front of the crowd and everybody showing you love? What's going through your mind?
I just enjoy it, and it feels really good just to entertain the crowd.
Right. Excuse me. Just to get the support from other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to see other young people doing positive things as well. Well, I'm glad you guys are always there to support. And do you know if you guys have anything coming up, or can people just get in touch with your mom if they want to book you? Or
yeah, you can get in touch with my mom or my aunts.
Okay. And do you have any talent shows or anything coming up? Any showcases?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we'll keep everybody posted on it. Is there anything else you guys want to share?
Well, yesterday, at the event, it made me feel really good because maybe some of the people that been through bullying, maybe we, encourage them to don't worry about what other people see you.
Right. That's great. And that's what those events are all about. The event was actually entitled "When You See Something, Say Something," and we had a group from Beaufort, South Carolina, come out and do a play and everything. And you guys were amongst the other performers that were in that event, and the crowd, everyone enjoyed it. But it really made me happy to know that people actually got the message. People actually walked away with the message, and you guys, a lot of people gave you guys a lot of applause because of your age and the way you got in there and you performed. Are you ever nervous?
Yeah, every time I perform, I'm nervous.
Really? Are you, Deja?
Yeah, because when we're practicing, we don't give it our all that much. But then when we get on the stage, we blow my mom's socks off.
Wow, that's what's up. That's cool. Well, it's always good, to practice and to do what you love, because eventually, we may see you on TV one day on that. What's the name of those shows? So You Think You Can Dance, or no? Wait a minute. Is that a competition show? Okay. Or some of those other shows. Not anything in front of Simon though, because I think we probably have to go get him. Because he might say something crazy. But what do you see in your future?
In my future, I see myself owning my own dance studio.
Wow. And you play basketball, right?
Yeah.
For what team?
The Jamma Jaguars.
Jamma Jaguars? Okay.
Yeah.
And what position do you play?
Point guard. I play point guard and shooting guard.
Okay. What's your average?
Points. Points, I average 15, 5 assists, 2 steals, a block, 4 rebounds.
Wow, that's what's up. Okay, all right. And what about you, Deja? What do you see in your future, your young future?
Well, I see like teaching younger ladies in my own studio also to help them like encourage themselves, and the people that have like low self-esteem like create fun dances and activities that they can do to help themselves. And I also do gymnastics. That's one of my hobbies.
Wow.
So I also want to do gymnastics.
Okay, who's your gymnastics teacher?
Her name is Miss Abby.
Okay.
And she helps me at the Frazee Dream Center.
Okay, cool. Okay, great. You have a mentor also, right?
Yep.
So who's your mentor?
My mentor is Miss April Larice.
Okay.
And she's awesome.
Great. Well, you guys are very articulate. Your mom Nicole is doing a great job with you. So hey, y'all want to give some shout outs? You gotta give some shout outs on this show. Okay.
Shout out to my aunt, Kenyetta Young and Janae Duckett. Shout out to them. Shout out to my mom, Nicole Hendon. My grandma.
Oh yeah, you can't forget your grandmother. Miss Jackie
Brown, yeah.
That's right. You got any shout outs, Deja?
Yes, I give a shout out to my mom for encouraging me to do this stuff, and my gymnastics teacher and my mentor for pushing me, and my aunts also to help me create the dances.
All right.
And also my grandma.
Great. Well, thank you guys for coming on the show and interviewing. You guys did a great job. Truly appreciate your mom for bringing you to the show. Nicole, you want to say anything? You want to say anything? You want to give anybody any let people know how to get in touch with you so that they can call you if they want to book No Days Off?
Okay, I am Nicole Henderson. I am the mother of No Days Off. I am their manager. If you would like to book them, you can contact me on my cell at 346-0481. They do have a Facebook page, No Days Off Crew at Facebook, so just hit us up.
All right. Hit them up, y'all.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. No Days Off. Hey, I appreciate you guys for coming in the studio and being on air with me. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great Sunday.
You too.
And hey, everybody stay tuned. I got Miss Kennedy Smith coming up next.
All right.
That song was entitled Kennedy, Kynnedi. Hey, my next guest is Miss Kennedy Smith from Spartanburg, South Carolina. She's a positive hip-hop rapper. Hey, Kennedy.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm great.
That's great. Good to have you on the show today. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, how old are you and what school do you attend?
Well, I am homeschooled.
Okay.
I am 13 years old. My name is Kennedy Smith. And yeah, that's me.
Oh, cool. So how long have you been rapping?
I just started last year so exactly a year now.
Wow, that's good because you do a great job. I saw your performance yesterday at my event and I was like, wow, you really have great stage presence. You know how to work the crowd and everything. So, hey, my applause to you. I mean, really.
Thank you.
So yesterday you spoke out against bullying and you made some very great points, but you told us that your reason why you wanted to stop bullying is because of a friend of yours, right?
Yes. One of my friends committed suicide because of bullying, and the bullying to me is just unnecessary. I mean, why would you want to hurt someone that hasn't done anything to you? And other people have reasons because they bully. Like maybe the bully is getting bullied themselves and maybe they want to take it out on someone else, which it still isn't right, but that's why you speak out and tell an adult if you're being bullied.
Right.
Also, Kennedy, I did a little research on you. So you play the piano?
Yes, I do a little bit.
How long you been playing the piano?
Since I was about 5 years old.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. She's articulate too, isn't she?
She is. So good thing.
People gonna be saying she talk white.
Yeah.
I hope not, man. People need to lay off of that, really, because I'm glad that we have these young kids in the studio that are talking to us like adults, So that's great home training, So you play piano.
Yes.
And you rap. Do you dance?
Somewhat, a little bit. I wouldn't say that I'm a great dancer, but I do what I can do.
Okay, that's cool. How long have you been homeschooled?
I just started last year because of most of my traveling, and I couldn't be at school and travel at the same time.
Right.
It would be like very
like hard, I guess.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah. You got your I see you got on your little neon green glove and everything. Doing Janet Jackson, remember back in the day?
Yes, Janet Jackson.
Rhythm Nation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what's up. See, I would be Rhythmless Nation though. Because I can't really dance either. I'm working on it too. You saw me yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I was trying. I was working on it. I'm a work in progress though, so it's gonna happen. But anyway, so with your raps and stuff, because how many songs do you have now?
About 13 or 12 songs.
Okay. And then you have a couple of videos too, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How many videos do you have? Well, yeah, how many videos do you have? Because I looked on YouTube and I saw a lot of videos. So you have a lot of your show videos, but do you have any official videos yet of you performing, or any videos that someone has helped you produce yet?
Not yet. In fact, we're working on one, and I have to go to the video shoot sometime this week, I think.
Okay. Do you know who's working on it with you? Do you know the producer's name or anything?
Yes, I think his name is... Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. But you're working on a video, so you got the video in the works. For which song?
For my song called Step Your Game Up.
Okay.
I just recently dropped that one.
Okay, cool. I like that song. I heard it. Is that the song you performed at Celeste's event?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that was really good. Because after I saw you perform there, your mom had contacted me before, but after I saw you perform there, I was like, wow, I want to, book her for some events. But then I lost your contact information, and then after that, I was like, let me look her up right quick. So, but Julie, you got anything else you want to add?
Yes, I want to ask, who is a mentor or an idol that you look up to? Who do you model yourself after?
I don't really model myself after anyone.
Good.
I try to be my own person so that maybe someone can look up to me one day. I want to be a good role model, so like I said before, so people could look up to me. I don't want to I want to be my own person is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
Thank
you're doing
you.
a good job. I'm telling you, because you stand out. You and your performance, like I said, you worked the crowd, didn't she, Julie?
She did. She went down the aisle and everything.
Oh, yeah. Stop for the camera for a minute. She did everything. So, and you want to give any shout-outs?
I want to give a shout-out to Carolina Ace. He is a great artist, and Clay Banks. They are very great artists. I look up to them because, they were there. They helped me out. They found shows and stuff for me to do, and that just helped me become better as an artist. So I really look up to them. So shout out to them.
Wow, that's great. I see your mom's in the building. Shout out to Mom, right?
Yeah, shout out to Mom.
Yeah, we always got to give shout outs to moms. Not moms, grandmas, aunts, aunties. I say aunts and uncles. Anybody else you want to shout out? Any friends or anything?
Shout out to my friend Carly. She's been there for me. She's my best friend, and in fact, we were both being bullied, and this is part of the reason why I started doing my music. To me, music is like an outlet so that it's not so you don't have to face the problems, because you're going to have problems regardless.
Right.
Even if you do find an outlet like music. To me, it just helps me get my mind off of it.
Right.
So that way it won't seem like that's the only thing going on, like everything is bad. But no, that's not it. And in fact, in some of my songs like Bully Free, I like to include some stories that I know about kids being bullied.
Wow, that's great. Do you write your own music?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's really good. That's really good. And so again, how can people find you?
My Twitter and my Facebook, they're Kennedy01. That's KYNNEDI01. Again, that's KYNNEDI01. And my Instagram is KenKen01. KYNNEDI01. 901.
Okay, and people can also contact you to book you through that as well if they want to book you for a show or an event?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I encourage anyone out there that's listening, if you're doing any positive events, any birthday parties, anything for kids that you want kids to perform at, No Days Off, Kennedy, and we got a lot of young talent around here. You guys can look them up and book them for your shows. Kennedy, thank you so much for being on Real Talk with Traci Fant. Julie, you got anything else you want to add?
No. Well, I do. I did a little more research. You're a model?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How many shots have you done, or how long have you been modeling?
Since I was about 7.
Oh, that's a long time, ain't it?
It's a long time.
She's 7. She was 7. She's 13 now.
13 now.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a couple of years, isn't it? She got some years under her belt.
Right. She's a professional now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, anything else, Julie? All right. Well, thank you so much, Kennedy. We truly appreciate you for coming in. Kennedy Smith, Spartanburg, South Carolina. You all look her up. She's a hip hop artist, but she's a model. She dances. She does it all. Look up Kennedy. Book her for your next event. And stay tuned. We got Coach Charles Winfrey up next, talking about bullying and how we can try to improve our children's self-esteem. So sit tight, y'all.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I love my daughter. She's been a blessing to my life. Baby girl, this song's for you. I love you, sweetie. Hope you enjoy it. 6 a.m. We rolling down the driveway. Got the bags packed. We headed to the highway. I feel your mama's stomach. I can feel you. In a couple hours, I will get to meet you. I'm pacing back and forth in the hospital halls, contemplating if I'm ready at all. The nurse checks mommy. She says she's not ready, but I am. I'm nervous and I'm sweating. Yeah, I walk down the steps, grab a bite to eat. I'm talking with my father as he comforts me. Fast forward a few hours and it's time for you. I got myself together, mind clear for you. A big step, I trust it with a life. I'ma be all for you. With all my might, yeah. With all my might, yeah. Because of you, I feel optimistic.
Might I add, great seeing you again. So you got some camps going on, right?
Yes, starting Tuesday. The first one is in Woodruff, South Carolina. I'm doing a camp over there for one of my longtime friends who passed away 3 years ago. It's named after him, the Donald Young basketball camp, which you can look on the web and you can find it at donaldyoungballcamp.com. We're starting on Tuesday to Friday from 9 to noon.
Okay. And how can parents sign up? Is it too late to sign up? Or?
No, it's not too late. And the thing about it is we try to make it affordable for everyone. I'm working through the mayor of the city of Woodruff, who was...
he's a good guy too.
Oh, he's my point guard in college.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Kenny Giss, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a really super guy. Want to better the community, and what better way you can, get the community together than to have an activity like this. And the most important thing about it is he tried to make it affordable. It's $25 per kid. And what Mr. Giss does is he's go around and try to get sponsors for families that cannot afford it and all that. So
wow, that's great. So $25.
yes.
So $25 for the whole week?
For the entire week, yes.
And does that include lunch also?
Well, we dismiss them at 12.
Okay.
See, I did it last year, and they did it for 2 days. And I told him, I said, look, if I want to reach the kids and teach them what I want to teach them through the tool of basketball, I need more than 2 days.
Right.
I need at least 3 or 4 days. In my camps, I do in Clemson area, I do them for 5 days. And longer, we go from 10 to 4.
Okay.
And they want to do it from 9 to noon. So I'm okay with that, but I don't want any kid to be left out on what we teach besides just fundamentals of basketball.
Right, and that's great because I've attended a couple of your camps, and I see that the kids really do get a lot out of them. But how do you think it helps them with their self-esteem and when they're going through different issues such as bullying and domestic violence, because kids see all this stuff. And so basically, your camp, although it's from 9 to 12, you're taking the opportunity to try to reach inside them, right?
That's right, because I'm a testimony of it. Growing up, I didn't have a father, and I was bullied. I talked to you about that before. And it hurt my self-esteem. It hurt my you want to know why people are picking on you, but on the other side of that, it strengthens you as well. So what I do at the camp is I try to make sure every kid is in a position to succeed.
Wow.
If a kid comes to the camp and cannot make a layup, we don't allow kids to pick on that kid because of that. We give the kid a lot of courage. If we have to pick them up and put them up there so they can put the ball in the hoop.
Wow.
That gives them a lot of confidence.
Yeah, that's great. So, if people want to get in touch with you about the camp, because you, like you said, you do the camps in Clemson, right?
Right. Well, next week we're in Woodruff. The following week we're here in Greenville at Northgate Baptist Church over on Summit Drive. That's right off Rutherford Road.
Okay.
We over there from June 16th through the 20th.
Okay.
And then the following week we're at the Clemson Central Rec Center.
So what are the hours of the one in Greenville?
The one in Greenville is 9 to 2.
Okay. Okay.
So we go Woodruff next week from 9 to noon, and then Greenville from 9 to 2, and then Central Clemson area from 10 to 4.
Okay, so can people register online, or how do they register?
Yes, you can go to our website. Well, if you're going to register for the Woodruff camp, you go to Donald Young, B-Ball Camp.
Okay.
.com, and you can register there. You can come on that day on Tuesday morning. It's at the Woodruff Leisure Center.
Okay, so they can even come and just register right
there? They can come that day.
Okay, because is there a certain amount of kids that you get and then you turn them away, or?
No, I won't turn anyone away.
Okay.
What I do is I have a staff that helps me out during the camp, and we usually have about 100 up at Clemson.
Wow.
So I normally need my entire staff. Over in Greenville, we have about 60. Last year at Woodruff, we had close to 50, 55 now. Mayor Gibbs said he want to get that up to at least 70.
Wow.
And we do not close registration. We'll take them on that day.
Okay.
And if we got 100, I'll say bring that 101 on, because they need it.
Right.
We don't turn down any kids.
Wow, that's good. I was in Woodruff a couple of weeks ago with Tory Dandy. He had he did some stuff for one of his friends that he had lost, not to violence or anything. I think he died in the hospital from a medical condition, but he wanted to give back, and so it was at Woodruff High School, and it was really great. He had a really good turnout, and the people in Woodruff really love when people come to give back. They really support each other.
That's right, and that's what Donald did. Donald Young he's in the Hall of Fame in Woodruff. He's a really good athlete there. Played all 3 sports. Gave back to the community. And we all miss him. So we want to try to establish a scholarship out of this.
Okay.
We've did it last year, and we want to award kids who do successful in school to go off to college, whether it's be buying their books or something.
Any little bit helps when you send somebody to college.
Right.
I'm friends with Dexter Reeves, and that's actually how I knew that you were, coaching this, because when he sent out the information, I was like, hey, can you guys come on the show? And he said, he told me he might not be able to make it. I said, well, I'm going to reach out to Coach Winfrey.
Right.
So you guys can come and let everybody know, basically how to get in touch with you for this basketball camp, because boys or girls can come, right? And what's the ages?
6 to 16.
Okay, 6 to 16.
If you're 5 and a half, come on. If you're 5, you can dribble a basketball a little bit, but take you 2.
Okay, so where's the location in Greenville? Because I might bring Tootie.
Greenville is at Northgate Baptist.
Northgate Baptist
Church.
Okay.
It's on Summit Drive.
Okay, from 9 to 2?
From 9 to 2.
Okay, so come that morning and register?
Yes, you can come that morning and register.
Okay, and then in Clemson?
Clemson is 10 to 4.
10 to 4, okay.
And it starts on the 23rd.
Okay. So you guys, I hope everybody was able to write that down. But once again, in case you weren't, Coach Murphy, tell them again where the camps are and the times, and the cost is only $25 per child, right?
Yes, that's starting on Tuesday, June 10th. We're going to be in Woodruff at the Woodruff Leisure Center from 9 to noon, and that camp is $25. And mothers, if you don't have that, don't be afraid to bring your child.
Oh, wow,
We'll work it out.
That's great.
So don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. I understand those situations. I couldn't afford as a kid. My mom couldn't afford to send me to a camp when I was young. That's why I want to give back.
Right.
And that camp starts at 9 and end at noon. And then the following week we'll be in Greenville at Northgate Baptist Church on Summit Drive. And that one is, I think that one is $5.
Okay.
For that one. And then the one in Central Clinton area starts on June 23rd, and it's $95.
Okay.
And we have worked with mothers also, because it's a lot. I go in people's home and recruit kids for basketball scholarships, and sadly I go into these homes and it's nothing but mothers.
Right.
70%, 80% of the time I'm talking to a mother about a scholarship for her son.
Right.
And then there's no father.
Wow.
And that's sad, but we can fix that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Together,
Definitely.
We can fix that.
And Julie, you got anything you want to add?
Winfrey, by the time the kids get to college, you think that bullying is over. Do you still see that there's some cases of bullying in college level?
Yes, the peer pressure. I think there's a lot of peer pressure. It's who you hang around. It's just like if, we push for good grades, we push for respect, we do all this thing, and then if a kid is doing well, he'll get picked on.
Yeah.
By the other kids. They may be calling him a professor or something like that, but we try to monitor. We try to monitor that.
Because I know that play we saw yesterday, a lot of times the teachers are busy and they don't kind of see what's going on, or their backs turned. And I was just wondering, I know things have changed now since I was in school. If, kids have grown out of it by the time they get to college.
Yes, it's nothing wrong with being successful. It's nothing ashamed about being successful in the classroom, in the community.
Right.
And as long as you're doing the right thing, you be proud of yourself.
Oh yeah, I totally, that's one thing that I aim for every day on a daily basis. Not only to be successful, but just to be a better person than I was the day before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to all the times you have to ignore the naysayers, because no one knows what God has put in you. No one knows what your path is, what path you're actually walking, or what God is leading you on. Only you know that, and by being obedient to God, all things are possible. And I think as long as we continue to plant that seed in our children as well, all things are possible, because right now, the way everything's set up, it makes people feel like it's impossible. I deal with a lot of people that have felonies on their records. They feel like it's impossible to get a job. I deal with a lot of single mothers. They feel like it's impossible, to do certain things with their children. All things are possible. You just have to really get that negative seed out of your mind, and it's hard. It's hard because we're going through this big thing called life.
Well, yes, I agree, and the chain has to be broken.
Exactly.
I broke that chain in my family, whereas I was the first one. I'm a first generation high school graduate, a first generation college graduate. So I broke the chain in my family.
Wow.
And then since that time, obviously, my kids are in college. They all graduated. I have 4 of them. I got 2 left in college now. But that was provided by me I persevered all the way to now. Been a head coach for 20 years. And they get a free education for that.
Wow.
Free college education. My sister, a teacher in Simpsonville. So that, I broke the chain in my family. So education is important. College is not for all of us.
Right.
And we learned that this year. We started the track team, and we had to get a lot of track kids in.
Yeah.
College is not for everybody.
Right.
And some of those kids failed.
But success is for everybody.
Success is for everybody.
And it doesn't matter whether you go to college, whether you work in a 9 to 5. You have to do it, but do it a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy to do it the wrong way. It's so easy to be led astray. And bullying, from what I find, because it tears down self-esteem, some young people do anything to fit in. They just want to fit in. And it doesn't matter if that means robbing, stealing, hitting an old lady over the head, breaking in someone's car. And my whole thing is, going out into the community and letting them see the presence of a positive role model, and not just in me, but even the people I'm around, because it all has something to do with your circle as well. If you want to be successful, hang around a successful circle, and don't be the smartest one in your circle, because if you're the smartest circle, you need to get a new circle. I'm serious. I mean, I was taught that a long time ago. My dad told us that a long time ago. If you're the smartest one in the group, man, you need to hang, because you need people that's over you that can uplift you and that can encourage and empower you. And I think that when we all get that mindset, we all be able to move forward. Anyway, Coach, you want to give any shout outs? I always give people these shout outs.
Well, my mom right now, I want to give a shout out to her because I hope she's doing well now. She was admitted to the hospital last night.
Oh, wow, okay.
And I know you when I was texting you back and forth.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I got to go see Traci. I said, because I want to get a message out to people as well. But I want to give a shout out to my mom. Hopefully she can get past her. She had a mini stroke last night.
Oh, wow, okay.
She can get past that. But whatever's in God's will, let it be done.
And we'll definitely keep her in our prayers. Definitely. Thank you for coming by the show. If I'd have known that. But, no pressure or anything. I'm glad you were able to come. Please keep me posted and let me know, how your mom's doing. And we'll definitely keep her in our prayers.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Winfrey, Coach Charles Winfrey, my brother-in-law, for coming to the studio and sharing with us. And everyone, I'll post those dates and everything on my Facebook page as well. So
I just don't care. Promoting death, trying to get a check. Then obviously I just won't sell. They know I'm repping the Messiah to the death of me. I'm still screaming hallelujah till it's death of me. Definitely I am not your average Christian. Cause being fake is normal. I take pride on being different. Sorry if that statement made you feel some type of way. If that's the case, then you should change your life today. Please stop with the games, ain't no time to play. Being real and having flaws, I prefer them fake.
And that song was Genuine by Victor Rogers. And I want to welcome to the show Tyrese Bussey. Tyrese was bullied at a very young age, been bullied for a number of years, even attempted suicide and just all kind of different things. But, now he's a guy in the community that's doing big things, helping me out a lot. Very positive role model to many. So welcome to the show, Tyrese.
Thank you, Traci.
So what's up? Introduce yourself.
Well, like you already said, my name is Traci Bussey. What else? What do you want me to tell them?
Well, basically, just briefly share your story. This message basically is about bullying. The topic is bullying, and you have a big story about what happened to you when you were growing up, from suicide attempts to just everything that you went through in your daily life. So if you just want to share how it made you feel, how the bullies or how being bullied made you feel.
Yeah. Well, it started when I was in elementary school, getting bullied. And then at that moment, it was a bunch of guys, and I took the route of fighting, which I wouldn't recommend to everybody or anyone. Violence is never the answer, but I took martial arts growing up, and I was like, I'm not going to be a punk. You're not going to just sit here and talk about me. And so it helped then, but then I started getting bullied by girls, and I wouldn't allow myself to fight a girl. And I didn't want to tear them down or anything. And their words hurt. And when I would be at home and I'd be looking in the mirror, I just didn't feel like a human anymore, and I didn't see myself the way I used to see myself all the time. I saw what they had said about me, just being fat and ugly and not human and all those things. So it hurt pretty bad, and it was tough going through that.
Okay. And we also have in the studio Trey Smith. And Trey, you're going to talk about, I guess, your bullying incident?
Yeah, sure. When I was around middle school, around that age, I was short and chubby and stuff. I was a smart guy. I had a smart mouth, of course, like I still do. But I used to, always try to answer questions and stuff like that, and I try to make people laugh and stuff. But I overdid it a lot. I tried really hard at trying to impress other people instead of, doing what I was supposed to do. And that led to me getting laughed at and picked on and, having my own, kind of nicknames and stuff, because I always had a big head and stuff, so that was one of the things like that. and like it just really broke me down a lot and stuff. And I tried to talk back to them, but I wasn't as clever as they were and stuff. They called me stuff, and I was outnumbered, of course. And so and so every day that I go to school with dealing with this and stuff like that, just trying to be in my own little bubble, but it never worked. Someone always came through, popped it, and tried to step in and bring me out of my bubble and get me laughed at even more and stuff. And I tried to fight back, of course, but I'm not really a fighter. So it was just didn't work out too well, and it was really hard. I never told anyone about it. I really didn't have too many friends, talk with about it and stuff like that, because I was even though people who could have been my friends weren't the bullies, but the other kids in class, I didn't want to talk to them just because I was so low in self-esteem. I didn't want to speak to them or anything, because I think I'd embarrass them and stuff. So stuff like that just got through to me and everything.
So, question for you, Trey. Sometimes when you get up to my age, you always go back and you reflect. And do you think that you would have handled this, if you had to do it all over again, would you have handled it the exact same way that you did? Would you have fought back, as Tyrese was saying? What do you think you could have done differently to have a different outcome?
Well, I think I could have either spoke about it to someone, or I could just ignored it, just brushed it off like it was nothing, and concentrate on what I need to do throughout the days and stuff. And then, they'll realize, it's not working, it's not getting to me, so they would, eventually just cut it out. So I'd do that.
All right, Tyrese, what about you? What do you think you would have done differently? Would you have thrown those hands up, or would you have done something else?
Yeah, I definitely would have let adults and other people in my life know. Fighting definitely wasn't the route to go. I mean, it got me suspended, got me in trouble. I became a trouble child with school then. And I just, like Tracy said, I would have found people who cared about me, who were empowered to do something about it, and just help me build my self-esteem up and realize that it didn't matter what they were saying about me.
I mean, because things have changed a lot. Like I said, since I was in school, bullying really wasn't a topic, but now you have a lot of awareness. Tracy brings a lot of awareness to it, and teaching people to speak up, say something. So you have a real good testimony, and Trey, you have a good testimony, and all y'all can do is just continue to help young people and help them grow from it.
That's right.
So Tyrese, now that you're in the business world, there are a lot of business people that have also said that they deal with bullying and different things like that. How do you keep a level head, or because you go out sometimes and people may look at you a certain way or say certain things, or may turn off to you as soon as you start talking to them. How do you keep a level head and a level mind? Because every time I talk to you, you seem like you're always calm and cool. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody has that snap point, those buttons. Mm-hmm. So what do you do? What's your daily mantra?
Well, every morning, I like to start every morning with just working out. I usually like to go for a good long run. It helps me think about stuff and process through it, so I'm not harboring anything in. And then I do have this kind of process I do every morning. I look at myself in the mirror, and I've got these post-it notes all over my mirror, just some of it's scripture, some of it's different things, and I remind myself of who I am and whose I am. And that just helps me to know that no matter what anyone says or what anyone throws at me, I am God's child, and I'm worth so much more.
Wow, that's big. And how about you, Trey? I know you work in the customer service business. So how do you deal with that? Because I swear I tried to work in customer service, and man, dealing with different people, different attitudes, different ages, different races every day. What's your daily mantra, or what goes through your mind when you're dealing with people? Because after being bullied, and a lot of people don't realize this, a lot of people that are bullied, because their self-esteem is already broken down, it doesn't take much for somebody to mess your day up. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take much. Whereas a person that isn't bullied, they kind of can balance it off a little bit better. Sometimes people that bully, they take things a little more personal. So how do you deflect that?
Well, I've always been the kind of person or guy to take chances and stuff. So when I talk to people and someone gives me a bad time, I usually just say what I want to say to them, but I say it in a calm, covered up way, and it gets through to them and stuff. And sometimes we laugh about it afterwards and stuff like that. And I just think to myself that, like, I'm just gonna deal with this calmly as I can, try to make good out of the bad, turn this egg roll into a Chinese buffet, and do all I can with it. And like, the only kind of thing that really gets me is when someone tries to like down me in my position, like when I was a cashier. Someone you say, well, you're just a cashier, you don't know much about anything really. And so that's the only kind of things that really get me like that. And so when something like that happens, I do get out of my comfort zone. I do get kind of angry and stuff, but everyone knows that I'm a calm guy, so it's really nothing anymore. So I don't really worry too much about it.
Okay, Tyrese, another question to you is, do you feel now that your self-esteem is much higher now, or do you feel kind of, because of the bullying in the past, that you kind of have a lower self-esteem?
It's definitely a lot higher than it used to be, and that was a long process, and I'm still in the midst of that process every day, which is why I still have to get up every morning and tell myself those positive things. But it's not where it used to be. It's a lot better, and like Tracy said, you can come at me with just about anything, and I'm just going to brush it off. Like, haters are going to hate. I really don't care what you think about me, to some extent. So yeah, it's definitely a much better place, and just like I said before, I know, because I am God's child, that I am royalty, and a royal person doesn't really care what someone out on the street thinks about them, because at the end of the day, they're the one who lives in the castle.
Right. So. What about you, Trey?
Well, after I got taller, and I slimmed down, got into shape.
Started swag now.
Yeah, I started speaking to women, of course. Man, my self-esteem blew through the roof. And I get really cocky at moments, but I still know who I am and where I came from and stuff. So I don't, I just know whatever comes to me, I can just brush it off.
So the point of it is you could be bullied all through school, but look at you now. It's a success story. You are a success.
Bullying made me who I am, and it hurt, but I'm thankful that I went through it because it taught me so much.
Made you stronger.
Yeah, Trey, being his mother, I know, trust me, everything he's saying is real. Yeah, he can be pretty cocky. He can be a little overconfident at times, and sometimes he can be a little too smart for his own good. But that's part of his personality. You know what I'm saying? And me being his parent, I even have to realize that. Do a little countdown in my head. Okay, this kid right here, I'm gonna have to deal with him on another level. Don't kill him. You know what I'm saying? Just try to work things out with him, because, his attitude is similar to mine. You know what I'm saying? So I have to remember that as well. We have a lot in common, which can be a good thing, but it's not.
Cause you to bump heads too.
Yeah, exactly. It's not always, a great thing. But Julie, speaking of self-esteem, though, I'm telling you, like you said, you're a social butterfly. You came at me, you were like, hey, let me try something on the show, and I opened up the door to you, and then now it's just really taken off, and it's just bloomed into not only a wonderful friendship. You're also now one of my board members with ThinkTwice.org. I'm very happy about that, but also, you're a very big supporter. But how does it feel, being where you are now versus like when you look back on what you went through?
Well, that's just part of my testimony. I feel like if I wouldn't have went through that, I wouldn't be as strong as I am now. Because I know now I would not allow anybody. You will not bully me now. Right. I'm gonna break you down. You ain't gonna break me down.
Wow, that's big. And it's very unfortunate that so many children are being bullied in our school system. I speak to so many parents and work with so many parents and young people on a weekly basis to break through with the schools. Even Tyrese, he's joined, and we've joined forces. We've decided to make a coalition of parents and students that want to help us in this fight against bullying, because it's going to take more than just us.
You can't just talk. You have to do something.
Exactly. You have to definitely be about it. Because everybody can talk all day. I put that on Facebook today. I'm like, okay, it's time to either put up or shut up. Basically, you can comment on status all day long, but when it's time to show up for something, where are you? But then you got all these comments, all these long 3 and 4 paragraph comments.
Right.
I'm like, bring your ideas to the table. Let's work together. Let's see how we can end not only bullying, but also violence in the community. Mm-hmm. Last night, a young man was shot in Anderson. He was killed. And the voice we talked about it for a long time on the phone, and I'm just like, it makes you feel like your hands are tied, because what can you do? We can't snap our fingers and somebody automatically gains common sense or common courtesy or love and respect for another human being. So what do? And the question is always going to be out there, but I'm willing to sit down at the table with people and discuss it to see how we can bring an end to this, or at least it's going into the summertime now. You know, he was the first. Exactly, exactly. So Tyrese, moving forward, what do you have going on? Because I know you have a business. Would you like to kind of talk about that, or tell everybody what you do, basically?
Well, I am an activational speaker. It's a term that most people are familiar with. Everyone knows what a motivational speaker does, basically, but above and beyond just motivating an audience, my goal is to help each person identify their purpose and that thing in life that they are so passionate about that they would die for it. So essentially, I want to put myself out of business as a speaker, as I want them to be so motivated that they never have to hear another motivational speaker again. That drive motivates them. I also own Bussy Inc., which is a company that owns several other companies, one of which is a consulting firm that's full-service consulting, and I'm now working with Hasker Hudgens at the Equipping Center.
Okay. Oh, he's supposed to come on one Sunday. I need to re-invite him. I invited him earlier, so I need to re-invite him to make sure get him to come on and talk about the Equipping Center and just everything they have going on as well. Julie, you got anything else you want to share?
No.
Okay. Well, of course, everyone may not know, but anyway, my organization, my nonprofit organization, ThinkTwice.org, we're working constantly in the community to end the issues of bullying, domestic violence, dating abuse, and just violence in general. And I truly want people to support, not only my organization, but other nonprofits that are doing things, because it's actually called nonprofit because for a reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You actually get no profit. Yeah. And so, I tell people all the time, donate, even if it's not, given to my organization. Find an organization, research them and fall in love with it and give it your all. Because Tyrese said, you have to find something that you're willing to give everything for. So if you haven't found your passion or your vision, support someone else's. Support someone else's dream, because that's never killed anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, thank you again, everyone, for tuning in to Real Talk with Traci Fant. I truly appreciate it. And Trey, I appreciate your input on the bullying issue as well. It's been a touchy issue with my family, and we just learn how to deal with it and approach the school systems. And please, parents, contact me or Tyrese early